Here's a question that tends to make people uncomfortable. How much of your life have you actually spent, and how much have you just let pass?
That's a hard one.
Right, and there's an ancient writer who spent his whole life asking exactly that. He's not very comforting about it. He doesn't give you a motivational speech, but he might be telling you something more useful than any motivational speech ever could.
Who are we talking about?
The teacher. The voice at the center of the book of Ecclesiastes. He opens the whole book with one of the most arresting lines in the entire Bible. Ecclesiastes 1:2-9v. Meaningless, meaningless, says the teacher. Utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. Today, we're going into what he means by that, and why wasting your life turns out to be a theological problem, not just a productivity one.
So, before we get into the heavy stuff, who wrote Ecclesiastes?
The book presents itself as the collected wisdom of a character called the teacher, in Hebrew, Koheleth. He's described as someone who had it all: wealth, power, wisdom, projects, relationships. He ran the full experiment of what a successful human life is supposed to look like.
And
his conclusion, after all of it, is one of the most unsettling words in the entire Bible. Hevel. He says everything is hevel.
which most translations render as meaningless.
Right, but that translation loses something crucial. Hevel is actually the Hebrew word for smoke, or vapor, breath. Something that is real. You can see it, but try to grab it, and it slips through your fingers. It takes a shape, then shifts into another before you can even process what you were looking at.
So life isn't meaningless. It's more like unclear, disorienting.
Exactly. And James, writing centuries later in the New Testament, picks up the exact same image. He asks a question that Ecclesiastes would have loved. James 4:14, NIV. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little time and then vanishes.
The same metaphor across centuries.
The teacher isn't saying nothing matters. He's saying the meaning of things is almost impossible to pin down. Like smoke, like mist. You can see it, but the moment you try to define it, it's already somewhere else.
So, where does time come in?
Right at the start. The teacher opens with one of the most sweeping images in the whole book. Listen to how he puts it. Ecclesiastes 1:4-5, New IV. Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises and the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. The rivers run to the sea, and the sea never fills. The wind circles, turns, circles again. Everything keeps moving, and none of it needs you to keep moving. On a cosmic scale, the teacher says, no one remembers those who came before, and those who come after won't remember us either. Your entire existence, from the perspective of the universe, is like a breath on a cold morning. It appears for a moment, and then it's gone.
That's sobering.
He means it to be. But here's the thing. The teacher isn't saying that as a reason to give up. He's saying it as a reason to wake up. To actually pay attention to the life you have, instead of sleepwalking through it under the assumption that there's always more time.
Because there isn't always more time.
There really isn't. And then he says something else that makes this even harder to brush off. Ecclesiastes 9:11, New IV. The race is not to the swift, or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise, or wealth to the brilliant, or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all.
So you can be disciplined, gifted, prepared, and still have things cut short in ways you didn't plan for.
Which means you can't bank on, I'll start living intentionally later. Later is not guaranteed. That's the teacher's whole point.
So what does he say to do about it? Just work harder? Be more productive?
No, and this is where Ecclesiastes surprises almost everyone who reads it. The teacher's answer to the brevity of life is not optimize everything, push harder, achieve more before the clock runs out. That would actually be a very modern response.
What's his response?
He says, stop trying to master everything. Stop clenching your life so tightly. Because the illusion that you can control everything, plan everything, squeeze maximum output from every moment, that itself is a kind of hevel.
It slips through your fingers too.
And then he says something genuinely surprising. Ecclesiastes 2:24, New IV. A person can do nothing better than to eat and drink and find satisfaction in their own toil. This too, I see, is from the hand of God.
That's almost the opposite of what I expected from a book this heavy.
Right. He says it over and over. Eat, drink, enjoy your work, love the people in front of you. Not as escapism, not as distraction, but as the legitimate response to a life that is brief and beyond your full control. A simple meal, a conversation that goes somewhere real, watching the sun come up and letting it mean something. These aren't consolation prizes for people who didn't achieve enough. They are, in his words, from the hand of God. They're the actual substance of a life.
Hold things with an open hand.
Exactly. Because grasping at everything is the way you end up with nothing.
So, where does that leave us? Because this is a heavy place to sit.
It is. And the author who collected all of this, the editor at the end of the book, seems to understand that. Because at the very end, he speaks up. He doesn't want you to walk away in despair. But he also doesn't want to rescue you from the discomfort too quickly. He wants it to do its work first. And when he does speak, this is where he lands. Ecclesiastes 12:13, New IV. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the duty of all mankind.
Which sounds like a religious platitude on the surface.
Until you've read everything that came before it. In context, it means something much harder than it sounds. It means live in humble acknowledgement that you are not the master of time. You didn't make it. You can't stop it. And the life you've been given, however long or short, is a gift, not a possession.
And that changes how you spend it.
It changes everything about how you spend it. When you know that time is not yours to waste indefinitely, when you hold it with open hands rather than a clenched fist, you start paying attention differently. To who you're with, to what actually matters, to the day in front of you instead of some imagined future version of your life when things will finally be in order.
Because that future might not come.
And even if it does, the days between now and then are not nothing. They're the actual life. The teacher wants you to live them.
That's the book of Ecclesiastes, and what it has to say about the one thing none of us can get back: time.
One ancient writer, one honest reckoning with how short life actually is, and what to do with the life you have. That's what this whole video has been about. And honestly, there's still more in this book than we could fit in one sitting.
If this made you think differently about how you're spending your days, that's exactly what Ecclesiastes is supposed to do. Go read it. It's short, it's uncomfortable, and it's worth every minute, which, as we've established, is saying something.
If this was useful to you, subscribing helps us keep making content like this. Jesus loves you. Thanks for watching.